Welcome to one of the most authentic, brutal, and epic documentaries about commercial fishing in the vast ocean, where tiny humans must confront the true monsters of the deep sea head-on.
Pull it up now. Giữ chặt lại. Cẩn thận đấy. Lên nữa đi. Cẩn thận dây cáp. Xong chưa? Rồi, để tôi dịch sang. Cẩn thận đấy. Nhanh tay lên.
At the start of the voyage, we are immediately struck by the extreme harshness of nature. The open sea churning with massive dark gray waves under a gloomy, foggy sky, howling winds carrying the salty taste of sea foam. The enormous industrial fishing vessel appears like a floating fortress of steel, weathered by the elements, covered in rust, scratches, and barnacles along its sides, a testament to the countless life-or-death struggles that have taken place here. On the wet, slippery deck, constantly rocking against the rough waves, seasoned fishermen, clad in their bright orange and dazzling yellow rain suits, helmets, and black rubber boots, stood out against the gray sky.
Bring the net in slowly. The cables are clear on this side. Watch the waves coming up.
Their weather-beaten faces bore the marks of exhaustion, yet radiated an intense, breathtaking concentration. A bustling atmosphere pervaded the entire space as massive, oil-stained, yellow mechanical winches began to operate, their heavy steel gears grinding together with slow but powerful mechanical force, gradually lowering super thick industrial braided ropes deep into the dark ocean. Stepping inside the cockpit, we encounter the image of an old captain with a silvery beard and a sharp, unwavering gaze fixed ahead. The fluorescent green light from the navigation radar screen with its concentric circles and red dots constantly sweeping across his face, creates a magnificent contrast with the darkness of the cockpit, showcasing his professional navigation skills amidst the storm. Through the lens plunging straight down into the water, we are drawn into a completely different world, where the ocean abyss gradually transforms from a shimmering turquoise under the sunlight to a thick, dark, mysterious, and awe-inspiring blue-black of the deep sea. Here, through the lens of artistic underwater camera angles, we sense a terrifying stillness before the storm truly erupts. Towering, rugged coral reefs, covered in sediment, and carpets of seaweed swaying with the currents, create a perfect labyrinth for the most ruthless predators. And then, from the darkest crevices of the coral reef, the ultimate target of the hunt emerged. A gigantic spotted moray eel, a true beast of the sea, its size beyond imagination, possessing the primal strength of prehistoric times.
Sáng lên nào. Kéo mạnh lên. Được rồi, giữ.
Its slippery, wet skin was covered in a stunning yet deadly, intricate pattern of interwoven brown, yellow, gray, and black speckles, perfectly camouflaged in its surroundings.
Họ vô. Họ vô. Đưa lên. Mạnh lên.
And with terrifying speed, the creature, its long, muscular body twisting and turning, lunged forward like a torpedo, tearing through the water, its enormous mouth gaping open, revealing a gray throat and countless sharp, saw-like teeth, sinking deep into its prey.
Nữa đi. Vô. Kéo đi. Mạnh nữa lên. Giữ chắc vào. Được rồi, từ từ thôi. Nâng lên từ từ thôi.
This violent bite created a tremendous pressure on the seabed, triggering a massive explosion of sediment and foam that surged up like a mushroom cloud, churning up the fine white sand into a murky whirlpool that obscured an entire area of coral reef water.
Kéo mạnh lên. Sắp được rồi, cố lên.
Realizing it was trapped, the moray eel began to fight back with the most ferocious wild survival instinct. It performed the deadly spins, trademark of a giant beast, twisting its body into continuous loops, stretching the industrially braided steel cable and causing the surrounding seawater to swirl violently. The intense rotational kinetic energy created tiny tunnels of white bubbles that stretched along its struggling body, while its sharp teeth remained firmly gripped by the steel cable, leaving faint streaks of blood that dissolved into the water.
Vô ta. Vô ta. Vô ta mạnh lên. Kéo mạnh lên. Giữ chặt dây. Cố lên, sắp được rồi.
Watch out, it's attacking.
The battle was not only taking place deep beneath the sea, but also raged fiercely on the surface.
Railing.
Back on the deck of the fishing boat, swaying precariously amidst the huge waves, the battle between human muscle strength and the power of wild nature officially entered its most brutal phase.
Nào, 1, 2, 3.
One of them, shirtless and displaying his bulging muscles, leaned back with his teammates, arching his back and tensing every muscle in his arms to grip the cable that was vibrating violently from the pole of the deep sea.
Kéo mạnh vào. Giữ chặt lấy nó. Tôi kẹp được rồi. Giữ chặt nó. Kéo lên nào.
The struggle reached its climax when the winch screeched loudly, and from beneath the swirling white foam of the waves, close to the ship's side, the enormous, gnarled head of a moray eel emerged like a kaiju monster from the dead.
Giữ chắc nó lại. Cẩn thận đấy. Kéo nó vào. Giữ chắc vào. Đang lên đây.
The scene was truly a visual shock, as this colossal creature rose above their eyes, its jaws bared in a menacing barrage of teeth, lunging towards the terrified fishermen, who were screaming in terror.
Lên nữa đi. Cẩn thận dây cáp. Quang hô, cuối cùng cũng xong.
Its massive wet bodies slammed against the rusty steel hull of the ship, creating columns of water that splashed in all directions, soaking the entire deck and creating a suffocating, overwhelming sensation.
Một, hai, ba, rô, giữ chắc vào. Kéo nhanh lên.
With courage and extensive experience, the fishermen quickly used metal poles with sharp hooks, thrusting them straight into the monster's jaws to subdue it, even as it continued to writhe and thrash about, forming a giant sickle shape that slammed down onto the corrugated iron floor.
Cẩn thận cái đầu đó. Mạnh nữa lên. 1, 2, 3, rô. Kéo mạnh lên. Một, hai, vô.
The impact, carrying hundreds of kilograms, created a subsequent explosion of seawater, which cascaded from its brightly colored skin into pools reflecting the gloomy light of the sky. Their long, slender bodies hung suspended in midair, tightly secured by straps and chains, water pouring down like a waterfall before being lowered onto rough wooden planks and polished stainless steel tabletops. Inside the ship's hold, two workers working together pried open the extremely thick metal hatches, releasing a swirling cloud of cold white smoke like a dense fog, revealing compartments overflowing with white shaved ice.
Nhanh lên, để nó xuống đây. Xịt nước mạnh vào chỗ này.
A close-up macro shot focuses on each decisive stroke, cutting through massive chunks of dark red fillet with the absolute precision of a professional seafood processing line, then neatly stacking them in insulated styrofoam containers.
Kéo dây sang trái đi.
A moment later, a high-pressure stream of water from a water cannon continuously sprays white foam to clean the deck, washing away the traces of a brutal battle and restoring the gleaming surface of the metal deck. The unloading process takes place at a bustling industrial port, where giant gantry cranes lower silver containers labeled fresh seafood onto forklifts, marking the completion of a massive supply chain stretching from the deep seabed to the land.
Kéo căng đi, giữ chặt.
The script also skillfully interweaves artistic superposition of images, where the wet deck blends with the dazzling yellow lights of the harbor at night, creating a surreal sense of space. And when all the hard work is done, the intense, violent rhythm of the film gradually subsides, giving way to a serene and breathtaking sunset.
Từ từ thôi.
Đã nhận tín hiệu, móc đang hạ.
Bring it down easy. Watch the alignment on bay 4. Copy that. Slow and steady. Keep coming down easy. Watch your spacing.
The ship cuts through the waves towards the shore, leaving behind an endless white V-shaped trail of water, stretching across the calm sea, sparkling as if studded with thousands of diamonds.
All right, bring it to the right. Copy that. Steady pull.
Hạ chậm thôi. Được rồi, tiếp tục đi. Ổn rồi, cắt cáp đi.
The fishermen leaned against the railing, savoring the tranquility of the ocean after the storm, their backs silhouetted against the sky as it gradually changes from deep blue to the vibrant orange, red, and purple hues of the twilight.